Everything is energy. We're all energy. Everything that surrounds us is energy. Your furniture, your house, the plants, the sea, the mountains, the trees. If we are energy, our thoughts are energy. And if our thoughts are energy, our manifestations are energy. Energy is something manageable, it's transportable, it's dirigible. Quantum healing is about energy. Quantum healing it's an immediate and very fast healing. It is the result of a change of consciousness about energy, from the way of thinking about energy, from the way of thinking about health. It's a different way of channeling your energy. We're so used to this, the typical orthodox way of healing, that although it doesn't work all the times, we still go for it, no? We still believe in it. Let me clear something in this. If you break a leg, go to the hospital. If you break a hand, go to the hospital. The Holy Spirit is not going to heal you. I can assure you that. Quantum healing is not a physical process. It is a holistic mental process that merges in the physical. When you're worried, when you're nervous, when you're anxious, when you're depressed, and actually when you get depressed, you are lowering your energy. You're lowering your vibration, and you get sick. So enough of living in fear, enough of living sick. That fear that's making you sick. It is an illusion created because of that belief system in which we live in. Namaskar, my friends. Here, Devadatta from Dallas. Welcome to another session of Tu Poder Cuántico. Healing it's like a more cosmic than a physical process. And if we could really finally get to understand that we are beings of light, of energy, it would be a lot more easy to understand this metaphysical process. A body surrounded by a magnetic field. Even traditional medicine will accept this. An information field, an intelligent field, a subtle energy field. True healing is a metaphysical art to create coherence in our conscious bodies. And the secret for maintaining the energy of this field depends on your ability to store and keep that energy healthy for that self-healing, mind and body. So quantum healing really depends in how you master your consciousness, controlling your mind in order to be able to alter these changes. Quantum healing changes people's reality, changing your vibration. What is it that you're really afraid of? Because if you start thinking about it, if you really stop and think, what is it that I'm afraid of? You will find out that you're always afraid of something that happened or something that's coming, no? And maybe it's not even coming. You are afraid because you're starting to imagining things and to build things that they don't exist. You're afraid of what you are imagining. I remember something very funny. I used to live outside Buenos Aires in this little farm by myself a couple of years, like 3 years I think it was for. And at the beginning when I finished building the house, I was completely dedicated to my landscape, to the park. I'm a landscaper after all. And I loved it very much. But in the night, sometimes I was afraid because you're in the middle of nowhere and the wind makes so many different noises that you really start imagining things, no? And I remember it was 2 or 3 nights that I started to hear this like roaring. So I thought, oh my God, I'm surrounded by wolves, I'm surrounded by bears, whatever. I was really, really afraid. Until one day, in those days, in the morning, I remember I come out of the house and I see these pigs, huge pigs. I started to laugh because those were the monsters that during the night I was imagining. You see, we can imagine something fantastically beautiful or we can imagine something fantastically horrible. Those pigs were pigs of my neighbor that they got lost and loose and they were eating all my corn. So he came and he took them away. Our mind is very powerful. It creates everything we desire. And it can create a monster or can create a miracle. When your energy is low, it does not flow. It gets stuck in that sphere of energy around you. And eventually you will drown in it. So practicing this healing is kind of a reconnecting with your original state. And don't confuse this with original sin, a very convenient belief for that matrix in which we live in. Your self-healing is something of yourself. It's something natural from your body. I cannot give it to you. I cannot heal you. You're the only one that can heal yourself. It's your job to recover that power. It's your job to reconnect with that energy of the earth. With that, it's kind of an electromagnetic force that will condition you so that you can heal yourself, so you can connect to that universal consciousness. Is that mental energy what decides how you're going to be in your life, no? Or thoughts, or patterns, or beliefs, or work of happiness or sadness. We can all change our way of thinking, our way of emitting that energy. We can manage our body. I can assure you that. And I remember years ago when I used to go to the Presbyterian hospital, and I was for 4 years I went there giving meditation to people with cancer, and I can tell you that it worked, because if not, it wouldn't. All those classes, those sessions wouldn't be filled up with people. And I remember several of them that it worked healing themselves. It was like a miracle. It was so beautiful. I'm writing a book about that. I'm writing a book about how I recovered myself of my vertigo and of my sickness with quantum healing. How I managed to manage my health, to recover completely. Because our cells are smart, and if they are intelligent, they understand. And they understand your fears, and they understand. What I mean is like they feel your fears, and they feel your happiness. So it's up to you to connect with the biology of your body. Your mind can heal you. You are all sensitive to that energy. Have you ever been with a person, like you spend the whole afternoon with this person that only complains, only has problems, only is blaming others? It's really frustrating. And this person will leave your house very happy. Meanwhile, you have to lay down for the next 3 hours with 3 Tylenols because you have a terrible headache and you're exhausted. That's energy. That's all the energy that you suck from that person. And quantum healing can feel which energy is wrong with you. Find the root of your fear, of that short circuit that you have. In The Science of Oneself, Rose C. Freeman, he says that what is happening in heaven is happening here. What is happening inside that sky is happening in you, in that invisible astral body of yours, in your spiritual world, in that energy field that you have. The more your internal harmony is connected with the universe, you will be more connected with the universe. Because the universe is a reflection of your consciousness. Think beyond your thoughts. Your automatic assumption provides the means to fulfill your desired dream. Because whatever you assume psychologically, you are automatically given the means to fulfill that dream, that wish, that desire, or that nightmare, no matter what it is. That is why it's so important to know what you're thinking, to think about what you're thinking, and to correct the way of thinking. If there is anything that you don't really like or is damaging you. No? This is C. Freeman saying all this. The mind is cosmic. That is the mind of God. That is our mind. Taking it out of duality, of evil and well-being. That's how it works. It works like that. No dualities. Because imagine if these psychological assumptions that you have were of fear, of terror, of illness, of failure. How do you think your body would take this? How do you think your cells will take this? That quantum healing comes from your own natural healing capacity. It is our elemental and natural condition in our evolution. Because you have the power to connect with the universe, with that force of the universe, with the force of nature, and with the force of the earth. But the most important and fundamental, with your own strength. We all have this power. But if you live in this dualistic life, you stop yourself in the face of that denial, of that statement. Because you start hesitating, no? You don't believe in yourself. You distrust yourself. And when you distrust yourself, you damage yourself. So acquiring self-knowledge, you start learning how to function consciously. And you start learning what you're capable of doing, no? Of obtaining in life. And the only one responsible for your reality, it's yourself. It's not your enemy. It's not the problem that you have in your job, or you're losing your job. It's not that debt of money that you have. It's not your divorce. It's just you. I think that one of the most fundamental points of this healing is that takes the human being as part of a whole far beyond the human being. You see, it's like you start noticing, as you start feeling, that you are a lot more than this body that I have, that this thinking that I have. Wow, this is really something cosmic, infinite. It's a cosmic vibration that unites us to God and to the universe. That's why I'm telling you, I can assure you that from my experience, when you start healing yourself, it's like you start reaching that liberation from that obligation of the matrix, no? That obligation of I have to be sick. You have cancer and you're going to die. Why? As Bruce Lipton, that I love, this guy, he says that quantum physics is directly connected to spirituality, directly connected to the universe. The universe is made of energy from a field of invisible forces in motion. They're moving all the time. And that influences the physical world. And this is the same definition as spirituality, to define spirit. That talks about those invisible spiritual forces that form a physical existence. We talk about the quantum field. Namaskar, my quantum friends. Here, Devadatta from Dallas. Infinite quantum healing to all of you. Infinite finding of that quantum healing to all of you.